Josh, this is the second week in a row you guys have come out strong defensively. What did you see from the group early on?
Yeah, I thought we were gap sound. I thought we were physical, controlled the line of scrimmage. Thought we tackled well in space early in the ball game. I thought our linebackers did a tremendous job of having their eyes on the keys and fitting their gaps too. And you had all three levels playing together, and then we were able to put some pressure on the quarterback early in the ball game as well. A huge fumble by I think Eric Gilliard there early in the ball game, and they did a great job of creating some short fields there early in the football game. Offensively, took advantage of them, and just good start to the football game.
Hey, Coach, congrats on a pretty handy win out there against the Owls. I know we haven't looked at any tape yet, but from what you saw in today's game, what would you like to clean up going into a massive test and a pretty impressive team in Cincinnati next Saturday?
Yeah, told the guys enjoy this one, man. Tonight, every time you step out there, don't take any of them for granted. You guys have heard me say that before. So enjoy this tonight. We'll come back tomorrow and look at the tape, and there's plenty of things that we can be better at, more efficient in the passing game at times, protection, some of our run schemes being a little bit better, and then some things on defensively that we can still improve upon too. But really a strong effort by them, and really all three phases of the game for a majority of the football game. Obviously, the end of the ball game would like to be a little bit cleaner when we have our young players in there. But it was a good opportunity for them to get an opportunity to play some football too.
Hello, Coach. I would like to know a little bit about your opinion on the defense tonight, especially on those first two drives by Temple, Eric Gilliard and Tato Batoon. How did you think those first two drives affected the game?
Yeah, I thought we were relentless with our effort all night long up front. We rotated and played a bunch of guys. We've had some young guys that have gotten opportunities the last couple of weeks here that have made plays when they've gotten an opportunity to be in there. They've been disruptive. I thought our linebackers, again, did a great job of tackling in space all night long. They fit their gaps. Our defensive line linebackers and then our safety rotation and some of our fits, we did a great job of hatting it up. And obviously, they were playing the more athletic of the quarterbacks there early in the football game from the quarterback run. Thought we handled it pretty well.
Coach, earlier in the week, you mentioned that Temple would be a top squad. And so with that in mind, do you think the toughness they had up front on defense was a good dress rehearsal for what you might see against Cincinnati next week?
I'm not sure where I cut off there, but it's a football team that plays extremely hard. The score hasn't always been indicative of really how the games have unfolded for them here early in the football game. There's been some late scoring that's kind of flipped the scoreboard a little bit more than what the course of play has really showed. For us tonight, there's things we can be a whole lot better at. But again, every time we walk out there, it's about finding a way to win. And happy about this one. I think we came out relatively clean as far as injuries. And obviously got a huge one next Saturday against a really good football team.
Coach, obviously Temple likes to mix their coverages. They mix their fronts, 3-man fronts, 4-man fronts. But what did you see from them that kind of caused you guys some issues in the second quarter with your offense?
Some of it's just execution. We got a third down pass that's open down the sideline. We don't make the play, a throw or a catch there. It's got a chance to be a big play. Got behind the chains with a holding penalty. So there's some things that are simple things that we can be cleaner at and allow us to stay ahead of the chains. When it's going good, there's a lot of execution that's taking place. And when it's not, one guy might be off and you got to find a way to get 11 guys operating as one again. I thought we did that as, we came out in the third quarter.
Coach, what do you like about this team right now heading into Cincinnati?
I like the physicalness that they're bringing to the field. I like their energy, their competitive spirit. I like the way they're interacting with each other, and there's a strong belief in the youthful energy. Locker room was great tonight afterwards, and I think there's an appreciation for just getting the opportunity to play as hard as I possibly can, and enjoy the competitive arena.
Josh, what did you see out of Dylan Gabriel in the second half? He struggled a little bit in that first. In the second half, he seemed pretty spot on, 7 for 8 for 186 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, a couple of times he just got his eyes in the wrong spot, and wasn't playing the right side of the football field during the second quarter. That's going to happen from time to time at that position. Obviously, you don't want it to. He's playing at a pretty high level. I thought he did a good job of taking care of the football again tonight. Can't take any of that for granted. And then I thought he was decisive and got things going there in the third quarter and took advantage of some one-on-one situations.
Coach, for somebody who only looks at the stat line, they may see that air quotes, the offense had less numbers, air quotes on that. But would you say that was more an element of the defense's dominance and setting up shorter fields and that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's a really unique way that the game kind of unfolded. You look at how they were playing, kind of milking the clock from the first series, and then we got short fields. Get behind the chains a couple of times in the second quarter there, and then create some big explosive plays in the third quarter. And then obviously, end of the third quarter, we got a few of the backups in trying to get some guys out and give some other guys some opportunities. And so you're in 4-minute offense for an entire quarter. It's just a unique way the game unfolded.
Coach, what can you specifically say about the contributions of the young linebackers, Jeremiah Jean-Baptiste, and Tatum Bethune 2 weeks now, where they've really played well, when Eric Mitchell is obviously not here any longer? What can you say about what they've done?
Yeah, I think they've prepared in a great way, practiced in a great way. That's led them to play really well when they've gotten this opportunity. And I think they've got their eyes in the right place, physical. They're tackling extremely well when they get to the ball carrier. They got a physical presence about them, and their communication's been really solid too. So a lot of room for improvement still from those guys too, right? They're young. They're only going to get better. Their best football's a long ways ahead of them, but really do love the way they're playing.
Coach, obviously next week it is a different animal that you guys are going to be seeing. And how performance tonight, and see how that would stack up against the Cincinnati team.
It's not about how it stacks up. We get one football game, 60 minutes against a really good football team next week here, and you go back, you learn from this one, and then you prepare and get ready to go play.
Josh, you talked about this last 2 weeks. Your younger guys on the defense were able to step up, especially in some adverse situations last week. This week, they step up again. What's it like seeing those freshmen and sophomores being able to handle the situations right now?
At the moment, hasn't been too big for them. Again, all those guys are young, but going to continue to get better. But they're playing at a really high level. Got great energy and focus inside the building, preparation on the practice field. That's why they've come out and played the way they have. I think all of our players on our football team on the defense side of the ball have great confidence in those guys.